Hello and welcome to Ricky's Tech Talk. In today's video I'll be sharing all the accessible settings and features you can change to make your Oppo device more accessible to you. Just to let you know, today we'll be using the Oppo Find X5 Pro 5G. There are accessible settings that you can change and adjust right at your beginning stages of using your smartphone during the setup process. In my setup video, which I'll link in the video description, there are 3 options that you can change to help go through the setup process and be independent right from the beginning. So your 3 options are to change the zoom option, so you can tap to zoom. You can have talkback, which will narrate everything on your device, which we'll go through a little bit later on, and you can have bold text. So once your device is set up, we can then go into the settings option and find accessibility this way. So you can either search along the top, or you can then scroll all the way down and find system settings. So it's a little bit hidden here, which I'm disappointed about, but halfway down you'll see accessibility, or you can find accessibility, and it's broken into different sections. So let's go through these different sections now, highlighting the settings and options you can change to be more accessible to you so you can enjoy your new smartphone. So in general section, first of all, we have our first option here, which is the power button to end calls. So you can toggle this on, and your power button, which is down the right hand side, is tactilely different as well, which is really nice. The next option is accessibility menu, so you can toggle this on and then you can choose different options. So you can either use the side buttons, the volume keys on the left hand side, or have an accessible icon. So I'm going to choose the accessible icon, click OK, press this accessible icon, and then the menus come up here showing all the accessibility settings and options that you can use to help you narrate through your phone. So let's toggle that off. Then also have the accessible button again settings, so you can change and adjust this depending where you want it and which location you want it, and transparency. Underneath that is the shortcut option as well, so you can have shortcut, and you can have this on the lock screen if you need to. So it'll be there on the lock screen to help if you need an accessible figure or setting option. Moving into our next section now, which is vision, which is great for myself. We have talkback, so talkback will narrate everything for you. I'm going to toggle this on and I'll demonstrate what talkback can do.
Tap back on. Talkback requires exclusive use of 3-finger gestures. Therefore, 3-finger gestures for screenshots and split screen are now disabled. Talkback. Navigate up button. Double tap to activate. Navigate up. Accessibility. Text to settings. System launcher. Unlabeled. Out of list. Page 1 of 2. Labels available. Use tap with 1041. Double tap to activate. Saturday the 16th of April. Overcast 19. Double tap to activate. Play Store. Photos. Settings. Folder. Tools. Assistant. Games. Duo. Settings. Phone. Messages. Chrome. Camera. Double tap to activate. Double tap and hold to long press. Actions available. Use tap with 3 fingers to view. System UI, 47%, progress bar. 1041. Gmail notification, Samsung, image. YouTube notification, nice, image.
As you can hear there, talkback has narrated everything I have touched and highlighted on the display. You can use 2 fingers on the volume controls to turn talkback off or on, depending which is set to the shortcut. Talkback is a great feature for those of visually impaired. I use this all the time for social media, for long emails and long documents. So let's carry on. Coming back, our next option will be select to speak. So select to speak is slightly different than talkback. This is where you highlight certain areas. Again, you'll need to choose which option you want to use. So we've got our accessible button. So once on your home screen, press your accessible button and then press play, and it'll start to read through everything for you, making it more accessible for you to use. Or you can select certain parts for it to start on. This is a helpful feature for those that don't need the full talkback option. I've used this generally for emails or long documents. Our next option is text to speech settings. This is where you can change the speech rate and pitch. So if you want it to go faster or slower, deeper or higher voice, and you can listen to the options here. You can find the best one for yourself. Underneath that we have magnification. So toggle this on. Then with magnification you can have different options, so you can triple tap the display, or you could use your accessible button. So pressing the accessible button will take you straight in. It's a beautiful large display here, so you get to see everything in great detail. And then you can press that button and it will toggle back. And there is an option where you can double tap or triple tap on your display to magnify, but you just need to change those options in that settings before selecting which option you want. You have the pinch to zoom option as well available to you. So there's different options inside here to make it more accessible to you, but I really like magnification. That really does help. Our next setting is Color Vision Enhancement. This is where you can change the colors and different options on your display. Toggle on and you've got grayscale, you've got different vivid colors, you've got blue filter. You have different options inside here to change and adjust to make it your option that's best for you. Really like this, nice to see here. So our next option is color inversion. So this is a little different to dark mode. So if I go back home here, you see all the colors have been inverted, whereas dark mode or dark theme will change that the way it looks and how it feels. So you have different options to select this, to quickly select it if you want to, but it's nice to have color inversion on here. Your next option is high contrast text. So this can help with high contrast, and you can change and adjust this if you need to. Then we have high contrast font. So this is where it removes the green font that's underneath the main text. So you do have that option there. And then finally we have remove animation. So it will take away the animation settings for you. So that's all the vision settings. Let's move on to the next section, which is called hearing. So tap on hearing. So you've got your caption options here. So you have captions from Google and you can select your language, making it easier, and choose your language which is best for you. You can choose the text size as well. So I go a little bit larger and you see the text is a bit bigger. And you can change the font style, making it really easy to use. You then have the option for mono audio. And then you have your channel for left or right. Very disappointing to see the lack of audible settings in here that you can change and adjust. Very different compared to other manufacturers such as Apple and Samsung. I think Oppo really need to improve this option here. Moving on to our final section, which is called interaction. You have a few options in here. So our first option is touch and hold delay. This is for dexterity and interaction with your device. You have time to take action, which is for notifications. So when a notification comes in, you can select a longer time period, making it easier to see those notifications. You got vibrate and haptic feedback, so for ring, incoming calls, text messages, and other notifications. Then we also have switch access, which I really like. This is where you can use different switches and controls with your smartphone to best use your smartphone if you're unable to use your hands or fingers. So it's a really good option to have here. Really important to see that this is on most smartphones these days. There are some out there that don't have this option. Then you have the option for a large mouse pointer, if you need to use a mouse pointer. And then our final option inside here is about clicking after the pointer stops moving. So those are all the accessibility settings, but however, if you come back into the main settings section, so we'll come out of system settings, scroll back up to the top and go into display, as there's some options inside here in display. So your first option is going to be the light or dark theme, so you can choose which you prefer. So the light theme will not sort of invert those colors, but I prefer the dark theme, making it easier for me to read. You do have dark mode settings and auto switch if you want to. You have a brightness and adaptive brightness if you want to too, so you can change this. A very bright display. So inside here you can go in and select different options for your display. So the color options. I like quite vivid and quite bright colors, but you can go in here, change it however you like it, and it really does help best for you. There's little screenshots at the top that you can see how it looks, and you just go and find which one's best for you. One of the other options is a natural tone display, so it uses natural colors. One of the other options I really like here is eye comfort. So eye comfort will take away the harsh blue light of your display, or you could even set it to grey if you want to. As you can see here, it's slightly taking away that blue tinge from your display. Really good to use at night time, and you can make this even stronger if you want to. And then you can have the black and white option, making it even easier to read text for longer periods of time. So just toggle this off and it'll go back to its natural option. One of the other options inside here is image sharpener. This is where it will give you sharper images throughout your display. And that's the same as video color enhancement as well, that you can toggle on. This will enhance the color of your videos. You have bright HDR mode, so for video, which is really good. You've got the auto rotate and other options inside here. One of the other options is screen display inside here. This is where it can hide the camera or show your buttons at the bottom. You can also switch between gesture and navigation. Then finally, you've got the font and screen size. So you can really change and adjust the way you want your display to look for you, making it really easy to use. I think that should have been in the accessibility settings. So coming back home, we've been given the option of simple mode. So simple mode will give you large tiles to easily use your device, making it really easy for navigation for those that are elderly or disabled, making it easier to find. So that's all the accessibility settings you're going to find on the Oppo Find X5 Pro 5G. This is really good to see, however it's disappointing. It's lacking some key settings, especially in the audio or hearing section. No Bluetooth option for hearing aids, no hearing aid options. Really disappointing to see. There is normally quite a lot more options to see here. So yes, it's accessible for those visually impaired. Interaction and dexterity, yes, you've got that because you've got your switch access. However, a little disappointed. So yes, it's accessible, but please let me know by leaving a comment below if you want me to answer any questions though, because it's not fully accessible. If you want a fully accessible device, potentially look at Samsung or Apple with their phones, or there are other variants in Huawei and Honor too. So Oppo need to do some work here. However, it's a good start and I'm very pleased to see these settings on here. So as I mentioned, if you have any questions or queries, leave a comment below and I'll always be happy to help. Make sure to give this video a like, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to stay updated with all of my latest videos. For me, Ricky, thank you very much for watching and have a great day. If you want to see further videos, check out these two videos here on the right, and if you didn't listen to me in the previous part of this video, click on my face to subscribe to stay updated with all of my latest videos. Have a great day.